some buttery cornbread. I'm gonna put that cast iron skillet into the oven and preheat the oven to 425 degrees. We're gonna get that skillet nice and hot so we can drop the butter in there and then the cornbread batter and listen to it sizzle and bubble up on the sides. Forget it. Now, how to make the cornbread? Very simple. We start with some of that buttermilk, 1 cup. That starts the liquid foundation and that wonderful tang factor. And to that, I'm gonna add 2 eggs. Give them a little whisk. Add those eggs in. And then a little bit of milk, 1/3 of a cup. But the most important wet ingredient of all for cornbread is butter. Just get it melting nice and easy over a low heat. We don't want to brown the butter, just melt it down. Now for the dry ingredients. 1 1/4 cups of cornmeal, 3/4 of a cup of regular all-purpose flour, and of course, just that touch of sugar, 1/4 cup. Then come the little soldiers of puffiness. A little salt, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Just whisk together the dry, just to get that cornbread color coming through. And then add the wet, buttermilk, eggs, and milk. Now, I have to tell you something about cornbread. When I was a kid, my mother had a classic American cookbook. This cookbook, on page 495, I still remember, had a classic cornbread recipe just like this one. And I used to measure it out and make it myself and bake it in the oven, all while my parents slept. And they'd wake up and they'd smell the cornbread and they'd say, "How did you do this?" And I'd say, "I don't know." But I think that was the first moment that I felt I was gonna become a chef. Okay, so now I've got this stick of butter bubbling, and this was always my favorite part. You can see when you whisk the butter in there, the batter just takes on a silkiness that it didn't have before. So now remember our cast iron skillet. Get it nice and hot in the oven. You can see it's smoking a little bit. That's what you want here. We're talking full-on smoking gun spaghetti western hot. That last teaspoon of butter, and then the batter. So just pick up the skillet squarely, gently level it off, and you can see it's already getting that wonderful little edge, like a frittata or a pancake. See that curling away there? Come on, it's already taken shape. And in the oven we go. So I will cook that at 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until it's firm in the center. Baked up so nicely in that cast iron skillet, all golden brown, gets those perfect little cracks. We'll nibble to see if it's okay.
Nibble,
Quality
yeah.
check.
Okay.
Cheers.
All right.
Mm-hmm.